If the first thing you do when you wake up is grab your phone, then you're cooked. It doesn't matter how much motivation you have or how big your goals are. If you start the day poorly, then the life you truly want is just going to slip away every morning. So that's why you need a morning system that actually works for you to start the day properly. I want you to think of sleep like a train schedule that's tailored just for you. I know that's hard to believe if today's trains, but we're imagining here, so just bear with me. When you sleep at regular times, this train knows when to pick you up and drop you off for sleep. It makes sense because you're doing the same thing every day. Where this all goes wrong is when one day you decide to sleep in till like 11, and then the next day you wake up at normal time at 8, and then you need to wake up earlier at 7, and then you sleep in again till 10. So you can imagine now that this train hasn't got a clue when to turn up for you to actually go to sleep. And this is the problem that so many people have, is that when you change this regularity, this schedule, you're then just left waiting for sleep to come, and your brain hasn't got a clue when you actually want to fall asleep. So the first part of any morning routine is waking up at the same time every single day, even weekends. When you stick to this and wake up at the same time every day, your brain starts learning this regularity as a pattern, a schedule. So then it knows when you're actually going to need to go to sleep later on in the day. Now, the thing is, we all want to live life and go to events and go out and just enjoy ourselves. But the good news is that you can still mess up this schedule and survive. Now, I cover this in a full range of things in a full guide on sleep, which you can check out in the description. So now you've actually woken up at the right time for you. Now you just actually need to get out of bed. There's so many things that you can do to actually ensure that you're not just staying in bed the entire day. One of the best things is just having an alarm, but make sure that you move this to the other side of the room or away from your bed. Otherwise you are just going to hit snooze and just fall back asleep. Anything else that sort of stimulates you and just wakes up the nervous system is going to help with your hair. So you can put on music, you can just turn all the lights on and stuff. When we're in school and you didn't wake up, so then your mum comes in and opens all the curtains, so then you're actually getting this light into your eyes that just wakes you up. Honestly, the way I've stayed regular with actually waking up in the morning is just I beeline to the toilet and then I have everything just stimulating me to wake up. So I've got music going, I've got obviously all the lights on, and normally I just sit there for a few minutes and just ponder life as everything sort of boots up. Light is a really key point in the morning. Like, artificial ones can be the starter to sort of get you out of bed and start waking up. But the thing that's truly going to sort of set your routine in motion is actually getting outside, moving, and getting some sunlight in. Like I said before with the sleep train, when you go outside into daylight, this is almost like your ticket that you're booking in. So in 14 hours, this train is actually going to arrive and you know that it's time for sleep and you can actually fall asleep properly. The way this works is through actually just sorting your circadian rhythm out. When you go outside and you get this light in, it spikes your cortisol levels, and cortisol gets a bad rep in the sense that it is your stress hormone. But when this increases in the daytime, it actually means that it lowers towards the rest of the night, which is obviously what you need to fall asleep properly, so you don't want your brain pinging off on cortisol. Building on a circadian rhythm allows your body to understand that in 12 to 14 hours it needs to start producing and releasing melatonin so you can actually start feeling sleepy and actually want to sleep. Now what I do is actually pair the movement and daylight together by just going for about a 20-minute walk in the morning. This is great because this is your sort of two birds with one stone. This is like a productivity's dream because it means you can stack two habits together, and being able to move in the morning just wakes your body up because you've been laid down for 8 hours, so you need to start moving and get alert. And then when you do that outside, it means that you're actually getting the daylight at the exact same time. Now, I normally go for a walk for about 15 minutes. In the UK, the amount of sunlight we get is very minimal. So if the sun is actually out, you don't need to do this for about 10 minutes. But if you're in somewhere miserable like me, then you're gonna need maybe 15 to 20 minutes to properly set that circadian rhythm and get the daylight into your eyes. Because that's the key point that I feel a lot of people miss, is that it's not actual sunlight. If the sun isn't out, you're not gonna lose just all benefits from this at all. As long as you're outside and there's daylight, which means there is sunlight coming through, even if it's clouded, you're just going to need an extra 10 minutes to sort of set that rhythm in. So now you've woken up, got out of bed, got some daylight while moving, and now you're back. So now what you need to hit is a breakfast of protein or fat. The problem with these heavy carb breakfasts is that it spikes your blood sugar. So initially you're gonna have this boost of energy, but then in a few hours time, you're then gonna start sort of crashing down a little bit when you're actually gonna wanna be doing the main bit of work of your day. The good thing with protein and fat is that it's sort of double-edged. It actually makes you feel satiated and full, which is what you want, so you're not going to be snacking throughout the rest of the day. But it also keeps you sort of focused and able to actually get the work that you need to do done for the day. Now, you don't need to be like the I can't hit my protein guy.
I can't hit my protein!
You've got to be joking, Kai, not this again.
20 whole eggs!
But having, say, some eggs, whether that's fried, scrambled omelette, pair that with maybe some meat or avocado, and you're literally cooking. So now you're ready to actually take on the day, and the best thing you can do is just do the most important work first. You probably heard this a million times, called eat the frog, or your like highlight of the day, whatever you want to call it. Just the most important thing that will move the needle in your life, whether that's on a business, whether that's in your job, your work, career, school, education, whatever you need to be doing. Getting that done first thing in the morning just allows your brain to sort of relax for the rest of the day, because you know you've done that high priority task early on in the day. You see, you weren't born lazy or unproductive. You just needed the systems in place to guide you into doing what matters and building that consistency until eventually you're doing it every day without even trying. Mastering the morning is one thing, but then you need to actually achieve everything else that you've got planned for the rest of the day. So if you want a guide on how to actually make progress throughout your day, or if you have any questions you want to ask me personally, then make sure to check out the description. Honestly, this is where you're going to start making real progress in your life. Love you all, and I'll see you in the next one.